Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Ashwini and today we are going to see 8th chapter of 2nd PUC Computer Science. The chapter name is Function Overloading. So this is the chapter which comes under polymorphism. So before that, it's not only for 2nd PUC. So anyone, those who want to learn C++ function overloading, you can follow this video. If you have not subscribed my channel yet, please don't forget to subscribe my channel and please show your support by subscribing my channel. So now let us see function overloading chapter 8. So this is my personal notes. So I'm going to show you one by one. So in this, first we are going to see polymorphism. So what is polymorphism? It is the ability of a message or a data to be processed in more than one form. So that is what a polymorphism is. When you tell a message in more than one form, that is polymorphism. Or when you show a data in more than one form, that is what polymorphism here it is. So even a function overloading comes on same definition. So let us see that. In polymorphism we have two types. One is function overloading, one is operator overloading. So let us see one by one. The first one is function overloading. So let us see function overloading. So now we are going to see definition of what is function overloading. So function overloading is the process of using the same function name, remember this, same function name but with different number of arguments or type of arguments. That is what a function overloading is. So when you use same function name but the number of arguments or type of arguments is different, then it is function overloading. You'll understand when I give you an example. So one more definition, it is the process of defining same function name to perform similar type of activity using different data items. This different data item is nothing but different number of arguments or different type of arguments. So that is what a function overloading is. So please note down this definition. Both the definition you can write it. So next one is conditions for function overloading. So you have few conditions. So the first condition is function name should be same. The second one is function should have different number of arguments or type of arguments. These are two conditions for declaring the function overloading. So same thing whatever we saw in the definition, the same thing we have given as a condition here. So whenever you forget something, you can write it like this. So next, function signature. What is it? Representing the number of arguments or type of argument present in a function. So here you can see int product int a comma int b. Next you have int product int x comma int y. So did you see the changes in these two? You have same function name. See here, function name is same, product and product, but the name of the variable, that is nothing but your argument variables both are same, int a, int b, int x, int y. So the arguments name is different. So that is what a function overloading is. So let us see the next example. The above function has same number of arguments and type of argument, so function signature is same. So let us see the next one, void display int x, void display character ch. So here you have argument with different data type, int and character, and argument names also is different. So this function has some number of arguments but different type of arguments. So function signature is different. So let us see the next one, void sum, void sum. Both the function name is same, but type of the arguments and number of arguments is different. Here you have 3 arguments a, b, c with integer data type. Here you have float x comma float y, that is 2 variables you have. Here you have 3 variables, that is arguments. So this function has different number of arguments and different type of arguments, so the function signature is different. So this is about the function overloading. So we saw the definition, we saw the conditions to how to declare a function overloading. Next we are going to see one of the example. So let me show you the example here. I'll just zoom out and show you the entire program one at a time. So let it be till this particular class. Okay. So here you see class. How to declare a class? Class space class name. So here class space class name is overload. So within the open brace you have private data types of int a, float b and character ch. So these are the data members. Now under public section you have void display int a. So cout integer value is equal to a. So endl. Next you have void display float b. So you are going to display the b. So here you can see under public section you have function name display, display and display. You have 3 display functions, but the arguments have different data type. So here you have integer, here you have float and here you have character. Number of arguments are same. We have 1 arguments in each function, but the data type is different here. So this is an example for function overloading. So you have displayed an integer data type in this particular function. Here you have displayed a floating point number. Here you have displayed a character. Closing the class and with a semicolon. So this is an example for function overloading. I think now you understood what is a function overloading. Function overloading is nothing but a polymorphism. Polymorphism means when you display a particular function with more than one form, that is polymorphism. Even when you tell what is function overloading is nothing but when you display an item with more than one form, that is called a function overloading. Here you saw display. You have 3 functions over here. The function name is display, but the type of the function is different. So when the type of argument is different, then it is a function overloading. That is the first example. Next you have void main, overload object. Here you have created an object obj. So you are going to display it obj.display 20. So this 20 is nothing but the integer type. So in the first display here 20 will be displayed here. The next object dot display 75.25. So here it is going to display 75.25. Next object display m. So here it is going to display m. So now you can come to a conclusion that a function overloading is nothing but you have same function name, but you have different number of arguments and different type of arguments. It might be any one condition. So this is what a function overloading is. I hope you understood what is function overloading is. Now we saw the example also. After seeing the example, you understood. So next, function overloading is also called as compiler time polymorphism. So remember this particular for 1 mark question. So next we are going to see an example, second example. Here we are going to display area. So area of different geometrical figure. So function overloading is having same function name with different number of arguments and different type of arguments. Remember that. So here you can see class overload. This is the class name. Under public section, int area int a. So written a into a. This is your first function with area. Next, int area int l comma int b. So written l into b. This is your second function. Next one, int area float b comma float h. So written 0.5 into b into h. So these are the three areas you are going to find out. So let me come to the main. So here you have created an object overload obj. So obj is your object. So first you are going to print the area of a square, obj dot area of 10. So here you are calling the function, this particular function, this area function. So here 10 goes and 10 into 10 it is 100. It is going to return 100, and in this particular area of square is equal to 100 it is going to display. Next, see out area of rectangle is equal to obj dot area of 20 comma 50. So it comes to the this particular function, int area length into breadth. So int l is 20 and b is 50. So written length into breadth, that is 20 into 50, that is 100. So in this particular area it is going to display 100. Sorry, 1000 I think. One second. I just got confused. Next, (20 into 50) it is 1000. That will be displayed. Next, area of a triangle. Area of a triangle, that is half into base into height. Half is 0.5. So I have taken 0.5 it is. Here I have taken 10.5 comma 12.25. So 0.5 into 10.5 into 12.25, whatever the answer it gets, that will be displayed over here. So here you can see function overloading. So the function name is same in three functions, but the number of arguments and type of arguments is different. Number of arguments, here you have one argument, here you have two argument, here you have two argument. Here it is integer, here it is integer, here it is float. So this is what a function overloading is. I hope you understood what is function overloading now. So this is the second example. So next one is program to find the volume of cube, cylinder and cuboid using function overloading. You need to write a program. So please write down the program, that is the question. Next one is type def, int number. So here number is an data type similar to an integer. So how to declare a data type using type def? So type def is one of the method where you can define a data type, that is user defined data type. So here you have int number semicolon. So even a number is a integer data type. So instead of int you can use number in anywhere of the program. If you give int space ab, ab will become integer. So anywhere in the program you can use ab. So here you can see a function overloading with integer. So here you have void display int n, cout integer n, you are going to display it here. Even here void number space x. Why it is number? Because even a number is a integer, because here you have given type def int number. So instead of int you have written number here. So even number act as integer data type. So cout integer of x. So here you can see int x and number x is similar because we have used type def. So this is the use of type def. So next you have inline function. This is one of the easiest question in second PUC question paper. So here you can see it. So what is an inline function? So it is a function in C++ where the compiler automatically replaces the function call with the corresponding function body or a code. So this increases the speed of execution of a program. This is what an inline function is. So inline function is nothing but in C++ where the compiler will automatically replace the function call by its function body. So here you can see the syntax. So inline return type function name argument list. So here you are going to write the function body within the opening and closing braces. So this is the syntax. Next you have main. One example I have given. Main, you will write the main function. Function 1 you are going to write it. Function body. Function 1 again a body you are going to write. This is one of the example. Let me show you with a proper example of inline function. So here you have program to find cube of a number using inline function. This is one of the lab program also. So in second PUC we have one lab program. Using inline function you need to find the cube of a number. So please note down this particular program. It's very important even in the theory exam as well as even in your practical exam. And in practical exam it is an easiest program in C++. So first include iostream.h and remaining whatever you have you are going to write it over here. Remaining whatever the data type as well as remaining whatever the header files you need, that you need to write it here. Now we are going to see inline function. Inline int cube of int a. So written a into a. How to find the cube root of a number? So if it is 3 into 3 into 3. If it is 16 into 16 into 16. That is how you are going to find the cube root. So here a into a. That is 3 times. This is the function body. So inline replaces the function body. Closing braces. Void main with an opening braces int n is a number, clr used to clear the output screen, cout enter the number, in n you are going to give a number from the keyboard. Here once when you give, imagine you give 3. So cout cube root of n is equal to, that is cube root of 3 is equal to cube of n. This is nothing but your function is calling here. This is the function call. So once when the function is called, this particular line, this function body will be replaced within this. That is n into n into n. N is 3, 3 into 3 into 3. 3 3s are 9, 9 3s are 27. So here it will print 27. Now you understood what is inline function. This is the function call. When this particular function is called, this particular body of the function will be replaced with this function call. That is what an inline function is. Get ch till you give an key from the keyboard, it will stay in the output screen. Closing braces. This is what an inline function is. Remember the definition, remember the syntax and example. This is the best example for inline function. So second example we have given here. So just note down the question, find the square. There we have found out the cube root. Here we are going to find the square. So please write down the question and write it on your own. Next, Advantages of inline function. Advantage of inline function. So increases the program efficiency. So the main thing is increasing the program efficiency, and this is one of the final exam question. So let us see that the speed of a program execution increases when we are using inline function. So remember, speed of a program will be increased. Next, the size of the object code is reduced. So here object code is nothing but your program size will be reduced. Inline function increases the readability of the program. So since when size decreases, understanding of the program will become very easy. So that is what a third advantages is. Next we are going to see the disadvantage of inline function. The executable file need lot of memory space because the function call is replaced with the function body. So the executable file will need more memory space. That is first thing, memory space. It takes lot of memory space. Inline function cannot be used when the function body is too long. When function body is too long, you cannot use inline function because of memory space problem. Next, when function body contains a loop statement or a switch statement or a goto statement, at that time you cannot use inline function. So inline function at there you cannot use. When function are recurrence, you cannot use inline function. So these are the different advantages of inline function. In each and every topic whatever we take, we have both advantage and disadvantage. Next one is friend function. Even this is important question. In function overloading, you have definition of a function overloading, syntax, example. Then it comes inline function, definition, syntax and example. Then friend function, definition, syntax, advantage and disadvantages. Even in inline function also you had advantage and disadvantage. So remember all these things. So friend function is a non-member function of the class that can access the private and protected data type of a class. So it is a non-member function of a class, first point. Then it can access the private as well as protected data members of a class. So in a class you declare the data members under private, public, protected. So this friend function can access both private and protected data type. So remember that. Next, features. Features of friend function. The first one is the keyword friend is used to declare a friend function. So you are going to use friend as a keyword to declare a friend function. Second one, friend function can be declared inside a class and can be defined either inside or outside the class. So here you can see the friend function can be declared inside the class and defined either inside or outside the class. That is nothing but the body of the friend function can be written inside or outside the class. Next one, it accepts object of a class as argument. So whichever the object is created in a class, that will be an argument in this particular friend function. Friend function cannot access the data members directly. So this is one of the point you need to remember. Friend function cannot access the data members directly. So it uses an object name and a dot operator to access the data members. So since friend function cannot directly access the data members, so it uses an object name and a dot operator to access the data members. So next one is a friend function can be called like a normal function. So you can call it as a normal function, however you call the other functions. There is no need of object name and then dot operator. When you call a friend function, you can directly call it. You don't have to create an object, you don't have to use an dot operator. So this is about the features. So remember that, and it's very important question also. So here we have used a friend function. Example. To find average of a number, average of two numbers using friend function. So first we are declaring a class. So class simple. Private int a comma b, public void read data. So you are going to read the data here, enter the two numbers. See in a and b. Here you have given an input a and b. Here you have declared a friend function float average sample space yes. Close of the class, end of the class here. So starting you saw friend function can be declared inside the class. So float average, this particular function whatever we have written function, friend function, the body of the friend function can be written inside the class or outside the class. So here we have written outside the class. Float average sample s, this is the friend function definition. So written s dot a plus s dot b divided by 2.0. This is to find, what is the question? To find average of two numbers. So average of two numbers, we are finding s is nothing but an object. So in friend function you need to see here this fourth point. The friend function cannot access the data members directly. It uses an object name and a dot operator. So here you can see a and b is an variable. It cannot be accessed directly. So what it has to do? It has to create an object and it has to use a dot operator. So s dot a, s is an object, dot is an operator, a is accessed here. Again s is an object, dot b is a variable. So when you want to access a and b, you need to use an object with the dot operator. So this is about the friend function, finding the average of two numbers. Here if you give 2 and 2 divided by 2.0, 2 plus 2 is 4, 4 divided by 2 is 2, so average is 2. So void main sample space x, x is an object, clr x dot read data. So here you are going to call the read data function and you are going to input the value of a and b. Then average whatever it is calculated using friend function here, that will be given here and it will display average of x. X is nothing but 2 when we found out. This is about the friend function. So these are the few important questions you need to note down. Please note down it. So here you can see overloading, defining necessary of function overloading, two conditions of function overloading, defining inline function, defining friend function. This is one of the example you need to give, defining function overloading. Then restrictions on function overloading, that is what are the advantage and disadvantage of inline function. We saw it, explain it with an example. We saw that also, explain the features of friend function. We just saw now, explain the function overloading with an example. We saw that. With this you add up all the advantage and disadvantage of friend function, function overloading, inline function. These are the very important questions in your exam. Second PUC students, other students or other people who are watching this function overloading video, please note down the programs. So even the second PUC and other students, other people who are seeing this, the programs and the logic does not change for y'all. So please note down all the necessary points that is required, practice it. If you have any doubt, please leave a comment, I'll reply for it. If you like this video, please hit a like, share it with your friends, and please don't forget to subscribe my channel. Please give us support by subscribing my channel and liking the video. Thank you. And one more thing I wanted to tell you, I never edit my videos. Whatever I explain, that will be final. I don't edit any of the mistakes or any of the things that I have done in the video. So any mistakes or any disturbance in the video, please, I'm going to ask sorry for it. Thank you.